Jungkook's disappointment. When HYBE is accused of disrespecting TaeHyung, the K-pop industry is once again shaken by a shocking issue. Jungkook, one of the members of BTS, is reportedly disappointed with his own agency, HYBE Corporation. This issue is not just a baseless rumor, but arises from a series of events that show HYBE's alleged unfair treatment of one of the BTS members, Taehyung, better known as V. Fans, known as ARMY, are increasingly vocal in questioning HYBE's decisions that are deemed to not appreciate V, and now Jungkook is said to be unable to hide his disappointment. What really happened? And why does HYBE seem to ignore one of their biggest artists, Jungkook's disappointment with HYBE? Why, Jungkook is known as an idol who greatly values the BTS members. His friendship with V is not just a working relationship in the music industry, but more like brothers. Therefore, it's not surprising if Jungkook feels disappointed when he sees V getting treatment that is considered unfair by HYBE. One of the main triggers for Jungkook's disappointment is HYBE's treatment of V's solo promotions, which is considered less than optimal compared to other BTS members. Since the release of the solo album Layover, many fans have realized that promotions for V are much less than solo promotions from other members like Jimin and Jungkook himself. This raises speculation that HYBE is not providing the same support for all BTS members. However, what makes this issue even hotter is how HYBE handles Jungkook and Taehyung's individual projects differently. One of the most striking examples is when Jungkook got the chance to perform at the 2024 Super Bowl with Usher, but this golden opportunity was rejected by HYBE on the grounds that Jungkook had started his mandatory military service. In fact, according to the rules, Jungkook still has the option to postpone registration until the age of 30. This decision has made many question why HYBE seems reluctant to let BTS members get bigger stages outside the agency's control. This injustice is further seen in how HYBE handles negative comments towards Jungkook and Taehyung on social media. Fans have found evidence that some HYBE staff actually allowed or even participated in spreading negative comments about Jungkook and Taehyung in online forums. Instead of defending their artists, HYBE seems silent and does not take firm action. Alleged sabotage of Taehyung's career. This issue of injustice became stronger after ARMY realized that Taehyung often did not get full support from his agency in various projects. One of the most highlighted examples is when Taehyung was announced as a brand ambassador for Cartier, a renowned luxury brand. Unlike other members who received massive promotions from HYBE when signing contracts with major brands, these seem to only get a little promotional support from the agency. In addition, in various interviews and official events, Taehyung's speaking time is also often less than other members. Some fans even note that in some events, Taehyung's important moments are often edited or deleted in official promotional videos from HYBE. This situation is not the first time HYBE has been criticized for being inattentive to V. For a long time, many ARMY have felt that Taehyung's solo promotions have always felt limited compared to other BTS members. Even in some music and acting projects run by Taehyung, HYBE does not seem to provide optimal support. Jungkook hints at his disappointment. As Taehyung's close friend, Jungkook seems unable to hide his frustration with HYBE's treatment. Some indications of Jungkook's disappointment have started to appear in his interaction patterns on social media. If previously Jungkook was quite active in mentioning HYBE and their projects, lately he has preferred to avoid mentioning the agency's name in his posts. In addition, some videos show Jungkook's expression that seems less enthusiastic when talking about HYBE-supported projects, but he looks much more enthusiastic when discussing or supporting Taehyung on several occasions. Jungkook also seems to give open support to Taehyung, such as sharing Taehyung's songs or openly showing his pride in his friends' achievements. Jungkook's attitude further strengthens the suspicion that he is indeed disappointed with how HYBE handles Taehyung's solo career. Wave of ARMY protests and demands to HYBE fans' dissatisfaction with HYBE is reaching its peak. ARMY launched a massive wave of protests on social media using hashtags like hashtag HYBE Stop Sabotaging BTS and hashtag RespectV. They demand that HYBE provide fair treatment to all BTS members without exception. In addition, some fans have also launched petitions asking for more transparency from HYBE on how they treat their artists. However, until now, HYBE has not provided an official response that can ease fans' anger. HYBE's reluctance to respond to these protests only strengthens the suspicion that there is indeed injustice in the way they manage BTS, especially regarding Taehyung's individual promotions. Will BTS leave HYBE? With more and more controversies emerging, many fans are starting to question the future of BTS at HYBE. BTS's contract with HYBE is still in effect, but this situation raises speculation as to whether the members will stay or choose to find another path after their mandatory military service is complete. If Jungkook is indeed disappointed with HYBE, it could have a major impact on the internal relationship between BTS and their agency. In some cases, artist dissatisfaction with management can lead to drastic decisions, such as not renewing contracts or even leaving the agency. BTS is a group that has brought HYBE to the peak of global success. If they choose not to renew their contract, the impact on HYBE will be huge, both financially and reputationally. Conclusion: will HYBE change its attitude? This case has sparked a major debate among ARMY and the K-pop community in general. Jungkook's disappointment with HYBE over alleged injustice against Taehyung further strengthens the notion that there is a problem in the way this agency manages BTS. Will HYBE listen to fans' complaints and give Taehyung fairer treatment? Or will they remain silent and maintain policies that have drawn much criticism? One thing is for sure: ARMY will continue to monitor HYBE's every move and ensure that all BTS members receive the treatment they deserve. After all, BTS is a group that has worked hard to build their name, and fans will not stand idly by if they are treated unfairly. Now, all eyes are on HYBE. Will they fix their mistakes, or will they lose the trust of their own artists? HYBE and its treatment of Taehyung, deliberate or misunderstanding? A number of ARMY claim that Taehyung has not received maximum support from HYBE in his various projects. From the lack of promotion for his solo album Layover, the agency's minimal media spotlight, to the difference in treatment in terms of brand endorsements. Compared to Jungkook, who received massive promotion for Seven and Standing Next to You, HYBE's support for Taehyung seems much smaller. However, on the other hand, some argue that this is just a misunderstanding. HYBE's marketing strategy may be different for each artist, depending on their target market and musical character. But is this enough to explain why Taehyung feels overshadowed compared to his colleagues? Is it really just a business strategy, or are there other factors that make HYBE more focused on certain artists? Jungkook and his hints of disappointment, subtle signals, or excessive speculation. Jungkook has always been known as a figure who is quite vocal in supporting his colleagues, especially Taehyung. However, lately his interaction patterns with fans have looked different. He rarely mentions HYBE directly, and more often shows his support for Taehyung implicitly. Some fans also note his facial expressions in some interviews that seem less enthusiastic when discussing projects under HYBE's umbrella. But is it true that Jungkook deliberately shows his dislike? Or is this just an interpretation of fans that is too deep? What if Jungkook actually doesn't have a problem with HYBE, but the media and fans are exaggerating this narrative? Is HYBE deliberately limiting BTS members' solo careers? HYBE has many talented artists under its umbrella, and BTS is one of their biggest assets. However, some ARMY are starting to feel that the agency is not giving BTS members full freedom in their solo careers. For example, when Taehyung became a brand ambassador for Cartier, many fans felt that HYBE did not provide the same support as they did to other members who collaborated with luxury brands. In fact, some believe that HYBE deliberately limited Taehyung's exposure so that he wouldn't shine beyond other artists under their label. But does this accusation make sense? If HYBE wants BTS to remain their top priority, Why are they limiting the success of one of their members? Or are there other factors that we don't know? ARMY's reaction, fighting for justice or getting carried away by emotions. The wave of protests on social media is growing. Hashtags like #HYBE Stop Sabotaging BTS and #RespectV are circulating, pushing HYBE to provide an explanation. Fans believe that Taehyung has made a huge contribution to BTS and he shouldn't be treated as if he's less important. However, on the other hand, there are also fans who feel that this issue is being blown out of proportion. They argue that HYBE must have certain business reasons for making their decisions. After all, if there really is injustice, why doesn't Taehyung speak up directly? Is it possible that all of this is just wild speculation without concrete evidence? BTS and HYBE, is separation inevitable? With the relationship between BTS fans and HYBE getting hotter, many are starting to wonder, will BTS leave HYBE after their contract ends? Currently, all BTS members are undergoing MA.